All right, we live again? Hopefully we're live.
I
Can you see us live yet?
don't see us live yet. Oh, there it is. I do see us live.
Oh, you do? Excellent.
Oh, there it is. We're back.
All right, cool. We back. All right, Tora White. We had a little technical difficulties, FUPA computer there, but it appears as if we are back and we are ready to make a phone call. I agree. So let's get this party started. Are we live? Can you guys see us there? It says 108 views. Or was that the last one? Okay. Oh, here we go.
I see us live. We got 13 people watching. Oh, nope, 36. 36. Okay. We're back.
All right, we're back. All right, let's get this party started.
Share it.
Oh, and fucking this shit's overloading. All right. All right, let's give this girl a call. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We're going to give this girl a call. She fucked it up when she did the video shit.
Just too much for us.
Yeah.
Voice only.
Yeah, exactly. With no need for video. All right. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Hello, Steph. No video. Yeah, no video chat. The video chat's going to fuck it up.
All right. Well, don't, I didn't know that you called me that, and I did not answer to that, so everybody wants to go and talk shit already.
Okay, all right.
Call you what, Hud?
What did I
call you what?
And I'm not driving again. I pulled over in a parking lot. I was running errands, and I'm not driving, so.
Okay, can you speak a little louder?
I'll put the phone closer. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. So, tell me, we'd love to hear, now we've heard one side of the story, but as the publisher of this award-winning periodical, I would like to hear all sides of the story. So why don't you tell us what Bristol got wrong?
I've never done heroin a day in my life.
Did she say that you did?
Crackhead and this and that. That's, first of all, that was way off.
Did she call you that?
I don't recall ever saying that in the blog. Can you direct me to the line where that was said?
There's crackhead whore in there, and my daughter is ratchet. I didn't even really honestly want to read through both of them because it really upset me.
Wait a minute.
I just saw some key points and what people sent me, and that was about it.
You're saying that she called you a crackhead?
It was in parentheses.
And I called your daughter a ratchet.
I don't think she called your daughter a ratchet. Where did we say that?
In the second article, in big capital letters.
I'm reading the second article right now. I don't see that anywhere. She doesn't call you that anywhere.
It says the daughter is ratchet.
It doesn't say that in the blog.
No.
That's not true. It definitely does not say that at all. Why are you making things up?
I'm not making... That's what I saw. Let me see if I can pull it up on my end, because I have every screenshot.
Yeah, go for it. So, and I understand that you have spoken to an attorney about this, correct?
Well, I just asked what could be done to be getting it taken down.
You asked the lawyer what could be done?
Yeah, to get it taken down.
And what did they say?
I told you what they said. I can file, and I agreed to do this to see if you guys agreed to take it down, if I agreed to do this, and to go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I would take it down if you could give us a good reason to. What is your reasoning? Like, what is the reason that we should take this down?
Well, let me rewind here, because you guys have put me into this video that my boyfriend posted that I had no idea about. So, whatever he does, I wasn't there. So the fact that I'm getting called a spunk guzzler.
Well, who isn't a spunk guzzler? I mean, not a bit. Who cares?
I'm not.
You can call me names if you want. Listen, if you want to level the playing field, let's see. One of my friends called. You can call me a fat whore for the rest of this broadcast if that makes you feel better.
No, honestly it doesn't. But I just don't like the fact. I don't care what people have to call me. The fact is that people in my community saw this, and now I'm known as the town heroin whore when I'm not.
Well, we didn't say that though. Nowhere in the blog does it say that. So my big thing is, what are you going to sue us for?
I'm trying to find the piece of... Hold on 1 second.
Oh, yeah, I'd love to hear. For the deformation lawsuit.
All right, that was autocorrect. It was defamation. I know the word. I'm not stupid.
No, you did.
I'm trying to find where it says.
Definitely smart. Definitely.
Really? Okay. I obviously should not maybe have posted that, but I'm pretty sure I've seen worse rants.
Okay, so now, why did you think it was okay to park in a handicap spot?
See, okay, I'm going to go back because I saw people comment, why didn't you just pull up in the front? And that's what I was trying to do. And I didn't get the chance to do
Why
that.
didn't you just park in a parking space and make your effeminate boyfriend walk?
I should have done that. You're absolutely right. And I said I was sorry multiple times. Even in the rant, I said I was wrong, that I shouldn't have pulled in there.
Then why did you make the rant at all?
Because the fact is, I've seen too much stuff go on in that parking lot, and nothing good. I was upset. Honestly, I was upset. Bottom line, you've never had a bad day?
I've had many bad days. What I don't do is go on the community Facebook page and then whine about parking in a handicap spot. I've never done that.
And trash the police.
Yeah, you shit on the police. Why would you shit on the police? They're just doing their job.
To bang on my window multiple times when I said I was sorry, I was moving the car. There was no need for that.
Well, of course. How else are they going to get your attention if they don't bang on the window?
No, he already got my attention 3 other times. I said I was moving. I'm sorry. I was just about to drop him off, but I'll move. And it's still banging on the window.
So you want us to believe that you parked in a spot and you were idling there. Then the cop comes over and says, "Hey, move." And then you start moving, and then he starts banging on the window anyway.
I couldn't move because he was still next to my window, but I said, sorry, I'm going to move right now. I apologize. I was just about to drop him off. And then he banged on the window again. I rolled it down more, and he said, if you had parked here, I would have given you a $300 ticket. I said, I understand that, and I'm sorry. I won't do it again. My mistake. And again, I got another bang on the back window. And then I just drove away, and I pulled into the spot 2 lanes over.
Okay, but then after that, after you had time to cool down, you decided, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to rant on Facebook about this.
No, see, I kind of ranted in the parking lot about it.
So you posted that that was a live post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a live post.
All right.
That's why I took it down the second I got home.
All right, so but I don't understand the part about the blog that's defamatory. What's wrong with the blog? It's all accurate.
What's wrong with the... I'm being, it looks like, okay, hold on a second, because now I just stopped looking for the part where it says it. I'm being told I spent my time selling high-end electronics. Fact of the matter is, I got a new Apple Watch. What do I need 2 for? And what does it matter? People sell stuff on Facebook all the time. It doesn't mean I'm a junkie.
But what
but not right after they're begging for money for a car. You know what I mean?
That was about 3-4 months after the car, and it was because I went back to school.
You started a GoFundMe for a car?
Yeah, no, back in October and November, my brakes failed.
You don't see anything wrong with that?
You know what? At the moment, I saw so many GoFundMe accounts for over so much, minuscule things that I figured, hey, even if I can get $50 out of some friends, I wasn't looking for money from strangers. I got $10 for my boyfriend's mother.
That seems to be a pattern with you.
Taken it down.
But that seems to be a pattern with you. It's the same with the parking spot. You say, well, it's okay because everyone else is doing it.
No, I didn't say that.
But that's basically what you're saying. You're saying, why are the cops bothering me in a handicap spot when 2 cars over, there's people shooting up heroin, they're not doing anything about them? What about them?
I never said once that it was okay for me to do what I did. I kept, in the post, and everything that I've said, I said I was wrong. I was completely wrong about it. I even apologized to a Stoneham cop the next day about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but did you apologize to the officer that you were trashing on the internet, number 1? And number 2...
No, I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is, so
I'm sorry, miss.
That person would relay my message.
Anyway, yeah, bottom line here, what I want to know is this, okay? We're not going to write about you or anything else anymore, but we're not taking a blog down unless you can show us something that was factually incorrect that we published.
I'm looking right now. Hold on a second.
But didn't you talk to the lawyer already about this? Didn't your lawyer... you have a lawyer, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm trying to find the part where the word ratchet was used with my daughter.
But we didn't call you... You're making that up. She never said...
Okay, hold on a second. Before... Can I just
listen, your daughter's what, 10,
sure
correct? Your daughter has a good 6 years minimum before she has the chance to be a ratchet.
Yeah, your daughter, we don't do kids, hon. We're not Michael Jackson.
It's just,
yeah. He's like, This isn't Neverland. Like, we don't do kids. So we would never say that. Maybe some in the comments, we have no control over that. So don't get it twisted between the comments and the blog. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you something? What's the deal with this weird Aaron Carter obsession you and your boyfriend have going on?
It's not a weird obsession. We met him through social media. We met him and we're just cool with him. It's not a weird obsession. We just support him.
You hang out with him on the weekends?
No.
No?
Does he ever answer your tweets? Because it appears he does not. So it just kind of comes off as a weird obsession.
Yeah, and I'm not, you know what, honestly, I'm not going to bring him into this because he has absolutely nothing to do with this. You want to involve him.
Yeah, we got to protect Aaron Carter. And also, what's up with your boyfriend's singing career? Are you guys aware that he's awful?
He knows about your blog. His management knows about your blog.
Aaron Carter knows about the blog?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Oh, he's suing me too?
Is he suing us for deformation too, or no?
Okay, with the deformation, because you guys never had an autocorrect.
Okay, is he suing us for the defamation? Is he suing us?
No, because you know what? He's got bigger fish to worry about, like not places like...
How do you know that he's aware of the blog, then?
Because I spoke with somebody that is on his team. And I'll leave it.
Oh my God.
Who's that? Is that...
Wait, are you... Can I ask you, though, are you aware, and is your boyfriend aware that he is terrible at singing?
I knew this was a big mistake to go on here.
Why? I mean, you were supposed to come on here prepared to tell us what was wrong about the blog so that I could make corrections and take it down. But you haven't done that yet. That was your only job tonight.
I'm just a bitch.
I'm trying to find that part right. Hold on one second.
It's not a very long blog. It's like 500 words. How hard could it be?
Because there's 2 articles, and I don't remember if it was on the surf one or the...
I don't think it exists. I think you're making that part up. I think you're completely fabricating that part. I think that's deformation.
Like I said, unless it was in a comment, then I apologize. If it was in a comment and I'm wrong, I'll admit that I was wrong.
Okay, but who's your lawyer?
Did you already go over with your lawyer?
Yeah, who's your lawyer? He works on the weekends?
No, I actually talked to a lawyer. I got a free consultation the other day. He's not my lawyer. I got a free consultation the other day.
Oh, is it Joseph E. Solomon?
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
But in your consultation, they did not point out which part of this was defamatory. Like, how did you not have that prepared? He just said, "Yep, it sounds like you have a good case." Didn't even look it over, and that's like a consultation, or what?
The fact that false things were put on there that made my life...
What was false?
I lost my job over this.
You lost your job over this blog. You lost your...
No, you did.
I don't believe that for a second.
If you go read the comments, people said they were calling my work, and they did.
But did you lose your job over this?
Pretty much.
Yes, that's a yes or no. There's no such thing as... You don't pretty much lose your job. Did you lose your job, yes or no?
Yeah, because legally they can't fire you for somebody writing something about you on the internet.
So the answer is no, you did not lose your job.
Say that's why.
So you have not lost your job.
No, I did lose my job. I don't have a job anymore. As of Tuesday, I lost
my job.
It's not
the blog. First of all, hold on, honey. Whoever your lawyer is, don't pay him. He's terrible. In Massachusetts, they legally can fire you for any reason. It's called it is. It's employment at will. So that's insane. Second of all, no employer in their mind is ever going to let a good employee go over some nonsense on the internet. So if you lost your job, it's because you're a shit employee. Point blank.
Yeah, that seems very sketchy. I'm not going to lie. I don't know about that. So bottom line here is that it seems like you don't have much. Like you told me that there was a lot of things on here that were defamatory and that, you know, you're going to call your lawyer and all this stuff, but you can't show anything. So what am I supposed to do here?
Well, the fact that you say I look like a junkie is kind of a little defamed, no?
That's an opinion. You're allowed to say people look like junkies. That's opinion. An opinion can't be right or wrong. That's it. You said we were like making fun of your kid and shit. Where the hell's that?
I got it sent to me, and I told you if I'm wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong.
You're wrong. It's been like half an hour. You haven't showed us yet.
Because you know how many screenshots there are of comments?
Who cares about the comments? The comments have nothing to do with anything. What?
You opened up the can of worms for comments as soon as you decided verbal diarrhea.
I'm not yelling. This is just the way I talk. I'm like Samuel Jackson. This is when I get fired. This is just the way I talk. And it's like now, you know, I was pretty patient with you, but you're just jerking my chain here. You keep telling me you're looking for something.
How about right here? Seems to suffer from the disease herself. So
yes.
Putting it out there that I suffer from the disease myself.
Yes, you look. I'm not gonna lie. You look like, by looking at your picture, you look kind of diseased. That's just an opinion. I don't disagree with that assessment. That's it.
I look diseased.
A little bit.
And have you?
That's just our opinion.
I have looked in the mirror. Yes. Do I look diseased?
I tell you, I'm not diseased. I'm not diseased. I've never even stuck a needle in my arm a day in my life.
I didn't say you were, but you did sell Klonopins, right?
No, actually, that case got dismissed. If you actually, you know what, you wanted to bring that one up. Wrong place, wrong time. I didn't sell shit.
Don't you hate that? Dismissed. I hate when that happens. I hate when I get illegal.
I hate when I accidentally get arrested for selling drugs when I'm not doing anything wrong.
No, it's the worst. It's the worst.
It's the worst.
Yeah, totally can relate. So anyway, do you have anything else to add?
Do you want me to pull up the court records? I don't have them up my ass, but I will pull up the
You don't have anything on your ass. You said you had screenshots of us threatening kids, and you don't have anything, it seems like.
I didn't say threatening. The word ratchet came up next to my daughter.
Oh, not by us. We didn't call your daughter ratchet. Anyway, you had your chance. You got to make a stronger case. We got to let you go. Anything else to add?
Nope.
All right. Better luck next time.
All right. Tell Larry good luck with the singing career.
Yeah. All right. So that's the end of that. Speaking of junkies, let's go to our next topic here. A little political shit, if you will. So, if you're not from Worcester, then this doesn't affect you. But I don't live in Worcester either, and I still find this shit fascinating. Simply because, look at Turtle Boy got its start by doing Worcester political shit, right? Like exposing all these local, swindlers, running this group called Mosaic, stealing from the taxpayers, and we just buried a lot of these people. Like a lot of them just disappeared. And, we had a little revolution at the polls in 2015. Well, then 2017 comes around, right? And Trump's in office, and now all these people are all fired up and shit. And Mike Gaffney, who was like our guy, turned into a pumpkin, as you know. And next thing you know, this guy, Dante Comparetto, gets elected to the school committee. Dante is a former junkie, although, as I like to say, once a junkie, always a junkie. He has been arrested for a whole bunch of stuff, driving with a suspended license. He didn't have custody of his kid. I don't even know if he does now. That's why he was campaigning on his bike, because he didn't have a license. He thought he had AIDS when he was younger, he said. He dropped out of high school. There's no fucking way this guy can win. But he won. He got on the school board somehow. Because voters are stupid. As long as you have a D next to your name in the era of Trump in Massachusetts, you're going to get elected. And I knew this guy was trouble, right? And a couple weeks ago, we did a blog on him, or last month, did a blog on him about his sex ed plan. He's trying to teach kids how to cup each other's balls and stuff while they masturbate and all this shit. So anyway, this guy Pat Sargent he runs an independent media outlet called This Week in Worcester, gets a hold of an email, right, that Dante sent out. And Dante, who was endorsed by the teachers union, sends out this email, and in the email it says that the Worcester Public Schools have quote-unquote crazy amounts of racism. That was his words. And that they're suspending too many students of color and blah, 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 blah. And it was all just factually based and whatever. So Pat Sargent writes an article about it, and Dante gets all butthurt, because this is what they do. These people who complain that Trump is whines about the media too much, they whine about the media the second it comes out to them, don't they? And so Dante comes on there and he's like, gee, thanks Pat Sargent for helping me prove my point about the crazy racism that exists in the school system. So he doubles down. Yes, there's crazy racism in the Worcester schools. Keep in mind, this guy never graduated from school, right? Hasn't taught a day in his life, doesn't know anything about what's going on in school. He gets all his data from a fucking chart that says, oh, look it, Hispanic students get suspended at twice the rate of white students. Well, how about this, Dante? How about this? How about maybe, just maybe, Hispanic students are committing suspendable offenses at twice the rate of white students? How about that? Nope. All these people do is they look at fucking broad numbers and they jump to conclusions on it. And of course, the conclusion they always reach is racism. That's all they ever got. Racism. And so he goes on to say structural racism is not the same thing as individual racism. So this is just a cop-out bullshit now at this point. I would never call our great educators racists. So what are you calling racist? Despite all the inaccuracies in your clickbait article, you certainly highlighted the very problematic belief of my colleagues. White supremacy in action.
Oh my God.
White supremacy. I know, seriously. So if you have a problem with a guy, an elected leader, just literally making shit up about crazy amounts of racism, you are a white supremacist. And Kevin Kassen, who was one of like the Kelly Square Four, one of my original enemies, comes on. He's like, just a reminder that Patrick Sargent is the reporter that tag teamed with Turtle Boy. Yeah, we tag teamed him. Okay, spreading crap against Mosaic, the fraudulent nonprofit that was literally stealing money from the taxpayers. And we busted them and broke them up. I think he's also the only reporter that blogged me on Twitter. And Dante says, yes, he is totally tag teaming with Turtle Boy. Picture me and Pat Sargent just fucking railing Dante. Okay, Pat, you got the front. I got the back.
That was the visual I had.
Oh, yeah. Here you go, Dante. Oh, tag team. Call me Uncle Turtle Boy, Dante. Call me Uncle Turtle Boy. Yeah, good God. Good Lord. Anyway, so, and by the way, this Mosaic post never gets old. This is the one that did Mosaic in. This is the CEO of Mosaic's son, Boo Shamik. And I never get. Were you around when the Mosaic show was happening, Bristol?
No, but I read it.
Okay, so you're familiar. But like, so this shit was like my favorite, right? I love getting into this. So Boo Shamik writes, to all my street N-words, we've been wasting our time and our lives in these streets with this systematic racism. They got us banging for turf and killing each other over blocks and drugs and graveyard beef and who got what and how much she got when the real hustle is in a community-based organization nonprofit. All you got to do is play on white guilt, speak the linguistics, how the culture apply for the grants. Know the culture, apply for the grants. Find a couple dumb N-words that's trying to change their lives. Play on the need for that change. Give them a little perks to reaffirm that change is coming. And N-word, you're sitting on a conglomerate and empire. I mean, it's just like, this is brilliant. It's like there was literally a confession about like how he's scamming the system. And we're still blamed for this. Like, we're the bad guy for exposing this scumbag. Oh, yeah, we're racist. So anyway, Dante at the school committee meeting the other night. Now, these are like, formal events, and this guy looks like he just went fucking shopping at Marshall's or something. Like, I don't know who dresses him. And, you're supposed to have a little bit of respect for your colleagues, but not this motherfucker. Now, keep in mind, the mayor who oversees the city, the school committee, is a Democrat too. They're both, and they campaign together. They're supposed to be on the same team. But as you will see in this fantastic interaction, clearly Mayor Petty is fucking sick of this douchebag. So watch this.
That haven't had a chance to speak. I mean, let's, for instance, bring up the fight on sex ed, right? Like, the subcommittee, whoever chaired that, Brian O'Connell, I think, like deliberately, held back a lot of those meetings. Like, you guys,
we're talking about this item. You made accusations on every member of this committee. You're doing it on Facebook. You're cutting every one of these members up. It's disgraceful what you're doing. Absolutely disgraceful.
Actually, I would say those actions are disgraceful, Mr. Mayor. We should not be engaging in background conversations. I'm out of order. You're out of order.
What? I'm out of order? You can't handle the truth. Like, this is a fucking school committee meeting. This guy never fucking graduated from high school. Never graduated from high school. He's up here dictating policy in the schools. He's calling these guys who have been on the school committee for like 20 years. One guy was a principal at Belmont Elementary School in the ghetto. He's dealt with minority kids his entire life, right? And he's calling them disgraceful because they didn't like his stupid sex ed plan where Planned Parenthood comes in and teaches kids how to cup each other's balls while they masturbate and hide condoms behind each other's ears. That's literally in the curriculum. And so it gets better, though. It gets better.
Sit down, would you? We're moving on. We've got motions to the file. All those in favor, opposed, so ordered.
Good. Good one. You're on record on that.
I'm on record.
Good, I'm on record.
The administration collaborative with the MCAS community organization to strengthen school site councils.
It gets better.
And on that subject of school site councils, so a school site council is a representative, just to give you guys definition, because sometimes I wonder if you even know what they are.
Okay, so stop right there. So just to give you guys a definition, because I'm not sure if you're familiar. Bro, you've been in the fucking school committee for like a week. You're talking to people who've been doing this their entire lives. But I don't think you know who they are, so I'm going to teach you. It's really douchey and condescending. Watch what Putty does to him.
School building.
You're out of order with time. Knock you off. You're cutting everybody up here. You want to stay to the issue instead of making innuendos about this member of this body. You want to talk about the issue? Go ahead and talk about the issue.
I have every right to be doing my job as an elected official, Mr. Mayor, and I will speak to these items.
Disparaging the other members. You can talk about anything you want.
And it's okay for them to call, like, to be making crazy allegations to the media?
Oh, my God.
And I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Never mind. I'm not going to get into this argument with you,
I'm
Mr.
so sorry.
All right, so schools.
Oh, my fucking God. Now, it gets better. So then he goes on. He rants for like 15 minutes. He put 5,000. And this is the douchebag who's pulling all the strings. Red Danny Margolis. Right? And so we post like these conversations he had with Mike Gaffney in 2015 talking about like taking on the machine and like taking down the Democrats. We blew up his spot. And then this happens.
Lack of cultural competency.
So this is about why we need more minority teachers in school and what his plan is.
Culture that exists in the school system that prevents people of color from being hired to become teachers and administrators.
Now, let me tell you one thing. This is such bullshit. Now, I know this because I taught for a long time, and I was on hiring committees at Shepherd Hill, right? Every school in America wants to diversify, right? If an English or a social studies job opened up at Shepherd Hill, there would be 100 applicants. For like science, there would be 2, right? Nobody fucking wanted science. So that's why science teachers and math teachers are like a revolving door because no one is licensed to teach those subjects. Everyone and their mother is licensed to teach history and English. So we'd have pools of applicants. I'm talking 100 applicants, not a single black person, not one. They don't do it. Okay? Now, there's reasons for this, right? For instance, teaching doesn't pay that much money, right? And you need a master's degree to do it. If you are a college-educated African-American male or female, right, or any person of color with a master's degree, there isn't a company in America that isn't looking to diversify. The world is your oyster. There are so many opportunities out there for you to go out and make $250,000 a year. They're everywhere. So why, if you were an African-American person with a master's degree, would you pursue a job in teaching in which you just get shit on all day by kids and parents and administrators when you can go and fucking make bank? That's the real reason that people of color are not, trying to become teachers. Everybody's trying to hire them, but they don't exist. They don't apply. This isn't a myth. So this idea that schools are just not hiring teachers because they're like racist is so bunk. It's such made up nonsense. And people like Dante, again, don't investigate it because they're not familiar with how schools actually function because they've never been in a school. So he goes on. Listen to this tall tale.
And yes, I personally know people of color, some of whom with PhDs, who aren't even getting interviewed by the school system. And that's why they end up teaching in other surrounding towns, even though they live in Worcester.
Do you believe that, Bristol?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He has multiple friends, black friends, by the way, with PhDs. That's a lie right there. He does not have multiple black friends with PhDs. Stop it.
He has no friends with PhDs.
None.
I can guarantee that.
None. And and definitely if you were a black person with a PhD who applied for a $50,000 a year job teaching science at Worcester East Middle School, they would hire you so fast it would make your head spin. Of course, that would not happen. It would never fucking happen. People with PhDs don't become public school teachers. That's not how any of this works. Nobody believes that. Stop it. So it goes on. It gets better.
Racism exists everywhere in every city in America. I certainly know from all the hate mail and messages that I continue to get. The KKK is alive here in Worcester. It's just not under that label.
The KKK is alive. I never, that happened? He goes, because of all the hate mail he got. Translation, Turtle Boy wrote a blog about me, and a bunch of people called me on the bullshit. So now the KKK is alive and well. Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. Is that true, Bristol? Is he the KKK?
What? No, the KKK isn't alive and well anywhere around here.
Oh, you've never been to Worcester.
They're not a period, really, honestly. Like, what do they do now? March? You know what I mean? Like, go on the internet and get angry. Like, it's patently absurd.
You haven't been to Worcester in a long time, I'm telling you. I can't drive.
No, I haven't.
I can't drive more than 2 or 3 city blocks without, it's like, oh, another Klan parade, another Klan meeting. I forgot my hood at home. Like, it's going to be awkward there. I can't go. I forgot my cross burner. I forgot my cross burner.
I was just going to say.
Yep. It's like, it's fucking everywhere.
Torch crosses in every yard.
It's everywhere. It's like, oh my God. And he also says, by the way, that I love this one. He goes, America was founded on racism. Oh my God. That just offends me as a history teacher. America was founded on religious fucking freedom. Like, that's basically what America. It was a bunch of people running away from Europe because they couldn't practice their crazy religions. That's what it was, right?
No, America was founded on corporate charters.
Right. And so all these people come here, that too. Yeah, certain colonies were different, but they all came here, and yes, certainly racism was institutional in the 16 and 1700s, without a doubt. But it's not what America's founded on. It's not like all these pilgrims are like, you know what? We're really, really racist. And over here in England, they just won't let us be racist. So you know what we need to do?
Yeah, they're too tolerant over there.
Yeah, they're like, so we need to go to a whole new country and just create a country and found it. The foundation should be racism. Like, that's what he wants us to believe. It's so offensive as, like, somebody who has a brain. Like, these people just prey on stupid people who just blindly believe this nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And by the way, Dante doesn't even have a job. Dante is unemployed. Being on a school committee pays like $14,000 a year. Like, he considers this, which is why he can go and protest in Boston all day. Like, these people literally. So I'm sure most of you are not Worcester voters, but Nicholas is from Worcester, and Nicholas said that he wanted to call him up. By the way, Steph just wrote back. She says, there it is. The screenshot says, before finally setting on a ratchet favorite, his daughter, well, stepdaughter, really, that just doesn't have the same impact now, does it? I don't understand the context of that. But yeah.
No, the context is that I said he went through a list of random relatives and associates that I supposedly offended before landing on a ratchet favorite. What ratchets always come back with us at and say, you offended my, come on, kid, right? That's what the context is. She's out of her mind.
Yeah, I know she kept that part out, huh?
Right, yeah.
I'm going to call Nick.
She just can't read. It's okay.
I'm going to call Nick up here. Nick said he wanted to talk about this topic. Let's give him a buzz.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Nick?
Hey.
Welcome to the live show.
Nice.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Dante? You're a Worcester guy, right?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't be on the committee at all.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't registered in 2017, but I really wish I was.
Yeah. Were you registered in 2015? During the revolution?
2015, no.
Okay. Are you kind of...
I was not.
Were you around for
that's
all
what got... Yeah.
Okay, you were around for that. Okay.
That's what got me into local politics, but I kind of didn't get around to registering. But I'm registered now.
So Dante mobilized you, right? Dante, like, kind of like his insanity convinced you that, like, I'm kind of part of the problem if I don't vote, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. So it's really simple, man. You got to tell all the Worcester people you know, right? Because I'm sure there's others like you, right? Like, I think voting is like 14% of people, of eligible voters vote. Tell everyone you know. Show up. We're going to have like a Turtle Boy ticket, and we're going to, urge people to vote for certain candidates. And obviously the goal is to get this douchebag out of there because he's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, reading you, I grew up hating, or not grew up, but I started not liking Joe Petty at all. But this last vlog made him seem like a hero.
No, it did. And that's a good point. Like, because we hated Joe Petty, for all this time. We talked a lot of shit about Joe Petty, but that's mainly because we were on Team Gaffney. Now that we're like kind of liberated from him, I still don't like Joe Petty. I don't really care for him, but it was fucking awesome to see when you're like, okay, he's clearly not as bad as this douchebag. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else to add?
I wish Gaffney didn't go psycho.
Yeah,
because he would have been a good fit if he stayed sane.
Yeah, it would have been. It's too bad.
I messaged him. I almost actually got an internship under him. He was going to show me the way to go counsel or get into politics. I didn't show up. I'm glad I didn't.
Good. He probably would have given you terrible advice.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. He probably told me to sue you. He would have been calling me up last week.
That's true. Yeah, you could have been a witness. So anyway, we're going to let you go, but I'll see you at the next cross burning, all right?
Sounds great. Yeah. I mean, Dunkin' Donuts on Shrewsbury Street, right?
Yeah, it is. I think that's on Wednesday. I think Tuesday we meet at Elm Park. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
I'll be there.
All right, that sounds good. Talk to you.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, little Fupa microphone there. All right, anyway, let's go on to the next topic, shall we? The next topic is the Holden Hardo. So this is my town. And actually, did we want to do this one? I just figured, let me go, because we're a little behind schedule. Let's go to Emily Thickinson, because that's one of yours, Bristol. I want to get to your topics. So, I think Western Mass Turtle Girl wrote about this chick a while ago. She's from...
Yeah.
Is she from the Holyoke area?
She's from Springfield.
She's from Springfield. Okay. And she is an unemployed, author, right? Who, I think that's why she was called Emily Thickinson. And she had started a bunch of, bullshit GoFundMe campaigns, to basically provide her with a salary while she wrote a book, which never ended up being published. And the title of the book was Addiction, Writing for My Life. So these people have... We've talked about the racism industrial complex. This is the junkie industrial complex.
I mean, yeah, this is just terrible advice from a pathetic human being who just can't get over her own ego. I mean, yeah. She just really blows me away. Yeah. And she has been if you go to her Facebook right now, she's calling us a tabloid magazine. She's loving the attention. She just loves it. We really did her a favor in this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to her page right now, and why don't you give us the background? So, what did she was in Dunkin' Donuts on Parade Day in Holyoke? Is that right?
Yeah. So she went in with her boyfriend, which she kept referring to as my sweet emoji heart, which makes me want to vomit. Mm-hmm. And they were banging on the door, and I guess nobody answered. I think it was him. So her boyfriend had to use the bathroom. And then when, he couldn't get in there and it was locked, he went to her because she used to shoot heroin in that very bathroom.
Oh,
so,
yes.
He just knew that she would know. And there was a guy that was overdosing in the toilet, and she heroically saved his life by not calling 911 and choosing to scream at him and punch him instead.
So it was a guy in the, because that was a little part that was confusing for me. It looks like it looks like a chick in the bathroom.
Well, that's the random stranger that I guess came in the middle of her just freaking out on this guy as he's dying in the toilet bowl, okay. And she happened to have Narcan.
Yeah,
right.
Of course.
So then they used her Narcan together, and they did some sort of James Cameron moment where they're like, "Don't you die on me!" And then he didn't die. So she deserves. And she's amazing. She really needs to shut her fucking mouth.
How did she know that they weren't just taking a fucking huge dump in there?
Because I guess he was slumped over. I don't know. I wasn't there.
But the door's closed.
I mean, honestly, I don't even understand why you would take a picture. That's horrifying to me. That's horrifying.
I mean, well, you know what that is? That's her be like, "This is my big moment." This is. It doesn't even make any sense. So she shows up to a Dunkin' Donuts, has to use the bathroom because everybody's got to piss during the parade. And nobody answers, right? Well, when that happens to me, that means someone's dumping. And I give up. I'm not going in there after you dumped. It's going to be fucking nasty. So I'll just go to the next Dunkin' Donuts down the street. I'll go to another business and try to fucking take a whiz in there. But she decides, you know what, I'm going to barge in there somehow and finds the junkie passed out. And then, of course, she has Narcan on her because, let's be honest, who doesn't?
No, she didn't. She didn't. She forgot it at home.
Oh, she forgot her Narcan. I hate when that happens.
Yeah.
And then the Narcan fairy showed up, right?
Some random stranger, right?
Yes.
And I mean, and the whole thing is just, I don't have a problem with Narcan, right? I don't. I have a background. I was in the medical field for a while before I switched over to my current kind of long-term career, but I wasted a bunch of money on college for something that I don't use, but I think that if we can save a life, you should, because I'm not going to quantify human life.
Right.
That being said, you're an asshole if you don't call 911, right, and just choose to punish someone, rub their back, and scream at them, right, and then take a picture when you're done. You're an asshole. Like, you know, I believe, honestly, that you can be on drugs and not be a piece of shit. It doesn't happen often, but it can, and you can not be on drugs and be a huge piece of shit. Like, you're not going to all of a sudden get on drugs and like, oh my god, I'm a terrible human being. Like, you were probably one to start. The drugs just don't help. Someone who may or may not still be using drugs, probably not, but she's a horrible human being.
Yes. Just, I mean, what's the purpose of this? Just to feel good about herself?
Yeah.
And just get the likes
really
and comments.
Go, wow, you're amazing. And then I'm going through her page. She's been clean and sober for a year.
A year,
now,
that's it?
Any program you go through will tell you, a year? Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. 12 calendar months, you're not an expert.
I was going to say, a year? That doesn't even count, a year. Give me a break. Give me a break. Yeah, I mean, look at all, she's just really milking it. Every freaking, comment is, every post is like, kind of like geared towards like, I'm such a hero. What is this? Doing that today. That's all I'm ever trying to do. Be who you needed when you were younger. Oh, shut the fuck up, you junkie. Yeah, and this is what she wrote about us. She says, today I learned that a few of my friends, do we reach? Okay. Let's call her. Let's see. Come on. I hope she answers so badly. Nope, not. Let's try one more time. She goes, today I learned that a few of my friends are being harassed by an internet tabloid as a result of their attack on me and essentially of my writing. Some of those have shown genuine concern about how hurt I might feel from what was written about me. One sweetly worries I may use heroin. Like, it's all about her. You know what I mean? It is all about her, huh? Yeah. And so she just goes on and on and on about this. And, people are like, I love how open and honest and real you are. Truly rare in this day and age. Oh, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Anyway, like, fuck the haters, all this shit. Go ahead. I don't want to monopolize this.
No, she just really, the people like this enrage me because it does the whole world a disservice, and it's also wicked fucking annoying. Like, you should not be setting the top bar to, look, I was on drugs and I used to be homeless and prostitute, whatever her bullshit story is, and now I don't do drugs, and that's great. I'm a hero. I'm a wonderful human being. Be like me. Because that is not the end game here. She's still unemployed. She still has children she does not have custody of. She still has an unstable mental, mental situation going on. She still has unstable housing. Like, you've done nothing other than get to the base point where you should have started in the beginning of not replacing all the blood in your body with fucking poison. Good for you, but that's not end game. Like, you've accomplished nothing. Right.
That's a great point that I hadn't really thought of. These people that are like, I haven't done drugs in here. It's like, congratulations, you're not supposed to do drugs. Do you what's up with custody? Do you have a job? Anything? So I want to, what I want to talk to is this Narcan fairy that just happened to have Narcan on her. Ryan Riel. So let's call up Ryan and see what Ryan's got to say. Unreachable. Okay.
Yes. She wasn't happy either.
She wasn't. Oh, Ryan wasn't? Did she post about it?
They were going back and forth at some point. Yeah, because I had kind of called her out too for they were taking smiling selfies in the parking lot.
Right?
Like,
overdose.
Jesus Christ.
And they claimed they had just met, right? Like they were kindred junkie spirits. Yeah. Who
they're kindred spirits because they love the attention and have no actual value in their human life.
Yeah.
Like, that's really what that is.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anything else you want to add to this?
No, I don't think so.
All right, cool. Let's go on to the... Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to talk message me. For some reason, Clarence is not getting like filtered messages. Like when I go to message requests, the last message is from February 4th. So something's clearly up here, right? I don't know what the hell's going on with Facebook, my filtered messages. But if you want to talk, just send me, I don't know, if we're friends with Clarence, send me a message. If not, let us know in the comments. I'm reading the comments as they come up and, you know, what your Facebook name is, and we can find you maybe and send you a message. All right, so let's go to the next topic, and that is Mama Thunder Twat down in Connecticut. Oh, good Lord, this is quite the video. So this happened, I think it was like last weekend, and Merrimack blogged about it I think Monday morning. What a video. And this went viral, obviously. Now, brace yourself because there is some adult language in this. And it's really sad because the kids are there too. Like look at these poor kids just standing there. This is Friday night grocery shopping this is in East Haven, Connecticut, which is to the east of New Haven, which is, you know, the big city. I was born in New Haven, actually. She works in Hamden, which is north of New Haven. So don't get these towns twisted. So here we go. This is
You were one of those permanently, motherfucker.
Eric.
Go ahead, I will.
Do it.
Sit down. You can't talk to me in front of my kids like that, motherfucker.
Call the cops because you threatened me.
Why is it?
It's not even worth it.
What? It's right. Because they're niggers. That's why. Because they're fucking niggers in East Haven.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, don't say that.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Put your hands on me. Come on. Eric. Put your hands on me. Put them on me. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Eric, come on. Eric. You motherfucker. Eric. You motherfucker.
Look at that poor girl.
Eric, I'm a nigger, motherfucker. That's right. You're a nigger in East Haven.
Oh, my
God.
Call me a nigger.
Eric, go sit down.
Where'd the kids go?
Eric, go sit down.
Oh, there she goes.
You nigger. Eric. Let's Eric. Motherfucker. Come on, Eric. Motherfucker. You motherfucker. Eric.
Oh, my God. Just honking up lungies. Look at their kids. Unbelievable. But it gets better. It gets better. So, she posted all that. Her name was Corrine Taroni. And after that, so she's got time, Bristol, right, to calm down, right? Just chill out. Maybe you realize you just got caught on video doing something horrific. It's like the one, you can't say the N-word, especially with the hard ER at the end, especially when you're directing it towards black people, and especially when you mean it. It's not, you can't even be like, well, I was using it like black people use it when they rap. It's like, nah, you were using it like when white people use it when they hang black people.
Yeah, in a grocery store in front of kids.
Yeah, in front of your fucking kids. Like, that was wild. So, you would think that since this woman works in the public schools, she's like, works in the district office in Hamden, Connecticut, that you would, take time to reflect on what you just did. But nope, she calls 911, and it gets even more racist.
Houston, please.
Hi, my name is Corinne McGovney. I was just at ShopRite, and I was with my two kids walking down the front center aisles in front of the registers, and I said, oh,
I'm sorry, can you hang
and
up?
he got up in front of me. No, don't you dare put me on hold.
Don't you dare.
Please.
Corinne
Hey, it's John.
McGovney.
Back in 1 second. Okay.
I get her.
Hello?
Hello? Don't put me on hold again.
Okay, I'm sorry, you were at Stop and Shop.
The center
Where?
aisle of the front, in front of the registers, and I said, oh, I was talking to my kids, and this black guy got up in front of me and said, are you talking to me? And I said, no, I'm not. And now they're telling me I'm racial profiling.
So she goes, and he goes, and I said, no, I'm not, N-word. And now they're telling me I'm racial profiling. Like, you're not racial profiling, you're just being racist. That's not racial profiling. It's like, that they told you you're like racist. And she's like, it's like she can't believe it. Like, what? They're telling me I'm racial profiling, so I call them the N-word? Who cares? Like, but this is the best part. Listen to this part.
Okay, what town are you in, man? Ma'am, you're not in Easton. We don't have a Stop and Shop. So what town are you in?
East Haven.
Okay, you called Easton.
All right.
Have a nice.
So Easton is like to the west. Easton's like near Stamford and Greenwich over that way. And so it's like an hour away. She called the wrong police station. So now she's going to give it another shot. So she's going to call up the right one. So now she's calling up East Haven. Now keep in mind, she's back in New Haven at this point where she lives. And obviously the East Haven police would not come to her. Right? It's not like she, her house is a crime scene or something. And this is how it goes.
Yes, my name is Corinne McGovney. I was just in ShopRite of East Haven. I was walking down the center aisle in front of the cash register, and I turned around to my daughters and I said, "Oh." The man in his little scooter said, "Are you talking to me?" And I said, "No, I'm not."
There she goes.
He called me a I called him a
I called him the N-word.
He continued to get up and threaten me. So there was
She's just
going back and forth.
nonchalant saying, "Yeah, I called him the N-word."
And I am pressing charges.
I'm pressing charges.
Somebody better do something now, because I left there with my kids, which was the smart thing to do, but he was with two
Smart thing to do.
fat, black
bitches.
which I won't call
N-words.
like, somebody better do something now, because I am about to flip the
She's back home. She's had time to chill out.
cockroaches.
Oh, good Lord.
Now I have to deal with being called a in front of my kids. I don't think so. I want an East Haven cop at my house, and I want an East Haven cop arresting that for breach of peace.
Picture being this 911 guy. Breach of peace.
Where am I?
Yes.
I am home. He is still in ShopRite. My jacket is in the middle of the ShopRite parking lot because
Again, where are you?
spit on it with this dirty, disgusting, AIDS-infested.
AIDS-infested?
I'm home.
Oh my God. She's the one who
That's
spit.
the important part.
What is the address? Okay. We can't send an officer to your address in New Haven.
Of course you can.
So
tell me what can be done to arrest the that assaulted me verbally. Because ShopRite said I was racial profiling, but calling me a wasn't racial profiling. Well, I'm not a female dog.
Calling me a bitch. She goes, calling me a bitch isn't racial profiling. No, it's not.
Doing something now. Now I don't want to hear any excuses. I want to.
So anyway, you can come into town.
You don't want me driving back there because I'm.
This chick has ratchet privilege. She feels very entitled to shit.
Somewhere in town, or you can come here to the police station to make the report.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? So she just goes on. And she tells him, like, oh good Lord. She's like, he was she just readily admits, yeah, I called him the N-word. And now I want to freaking, bring him to court. I want him arrested. I want a cop to do something now. My uncle's on the police report. I want to see the part at the end where she's like, where she says she doesn't want a black cop. That's the most wild part.
You know that name?
No, we don't want you to go right into the shop, right, ma'am?
Oh, but I am.
Oh, but you're not.
Oh, but you're not.
I'm not going to let that person leave after he spit on me. Oh, no. He's not leaving after he spit on me because I know him and his female girls that were riding around with him in his little scooter after he was able to stand up and physically assault me with his spit. I'm not going to let that happen.
Okay, ma'am. It's not a good idea to go into ShopRite. Meet us in the parking lot in your vehicle. What's your name?
Nope. Not happening. I told you my name. Did you not get it?
Can you spell the last name for me?
Sir, how long have you been at your job?
A long time, ma'am.
Okay, how many years? Several. I don't understand this because my uncle is a detective in New Haven.
Oh, God.
And this isn't how I was told it was going to be.
Wait, I want to see the part where the cop says it coming.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. Shop right. Are you not understanding me, or am I dealing with somebody else who doesn't have the brains?
Okay.
Shop right. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
I'm so sorry.
So you're going to meet them in the parking lot of Shop Right? Yeah. Is it going to be someone who's not racially biased? Is it going to be a white person? Because I will not meet with the now.
Oh my God.
Beyond that point. Excellent. Okay, what kind of
he goes, excellent, excellent. Like, I will not, like, imagine saying that, like, I will not meet with a black cop. I will not do it. Like, and so that's, no, she calls again. She calls the third time. Here's what she says this time.
You stay in police, can I help you?
May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Sergeant Caddis.
Hi, my name is Corinne McGoverney. I was just verbally assaulted.
Oh, she's calmed down now.
Okay.
And I just spoke to Todd Emanuel, and what happened is I was walking in front of the registers with my daughters, and I turned around to them, and
she's all calm now, blah, blah, blah.
Man in a scooter turned around and stood up and said, "What?" And I said, "What?" And he went off on me.
I mean, you shouldn't have.
Some white guy.
Man, you shouldn't have said that.
Tried to stop me from going berserk because I have, in the last 3 weeks.
And she starts crying.
Yeah, she's crazy person calm right now.
Yeah. Well, she realized I didn't get anywhere by yelling, so now I'm gonna cry.
I've lost my grip.
I get those white girl tears out.
Okay. All I was doing.
Oh my God.
Getting cold cuts.
Who's getting cold cuts?
Eat dinner.
For dinner.
And
okay, that alone, like Merrimack says,
whoever
tells me everything I need to know. You're giving your kids bologna sandwiches for Friday night dinner. They already hate you. I hate to inform you that. And then I guarantee, this can't possibly be the first time she acted like this, right?
What's that?
Do you agree this could not possibly be the first time that she has acted like this in public around her, with her kids around?
Oh, absolutely not. The looks on their face says everything.
This is a regular occurrence, right? So my question is, like, how do people like her and the queefhog leprechaun from Warwick, how do they get jobs in schools when they're just so easily caught being this ratchet?
Diversifying, that they're women and they're clearly mentally ill, so you gotta be diverse, right?
There's a quota for diverse white mentally ill women. I'm gonna see who's winning this poll, by the way. Which school employee who lost their job for being racist in videos more ratchet? Let's see who won. Mama Thunder Twat, 83%. Wow, this chick was pretty ratchet. Don't underestimate the role of people.
I will punch you to hell.
I wish you would.
Yep. Go ahead, you piece of shit.
I love her.
You're gonna beat up a fucking little girl from Warwick?
You're an undercover cop, though, right? You're an undercover cop. What the fuck are you talking about?
That ain't it.
Fucking weirdo.
Okay,
you're an undercover cop.
And you disrespect him like your daddy disrespected your mama. That's right. I'll rip your fucking piece of paper like you're a punk guy. Talk to me. Do you know how old I am?
I don't give a fuck how old you are. You're an alcoholic drunk. Get out of here. Why are you even here?
Why are you fucking here, you piece of shit?
Yo, I swear to God, you're not touching me. Seriously, get the fuck out of
here. Get the fuck out of my way, because you're in my way of Beck. And who's going down? Is anybody going to call security for a piece of shit Brazilian? Go back to Mexico. Go back to Mexico. You're going to be up.
That's classic. You got to get that. I mean, it's not as racist as the other lady or crazy, but that's pretty hilarious. She told fucking some Brazilians to go back to Mexico. That's phenomenal. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as, this woman literally was like, they called me racist, and then recounts on 3 separate occasions how she called some black AIDS-infested guy in a scooter the N-word. Like anyone would understand.
It's so brilliant, man. It's so brilliant. So, Let's see. If anybody wants to call up and talk about any of these people, we can. If not, no worries either. Let's see. Anybody messaging me? Oh, it's not cool. All right. Anyway, call MacNuts. Who's MacNuts? I don't know who that is. Anyway, let's talk about our final topic here, and that is the Slumdog Chillionaire. All right, let's get this one roasted up here. So, this video comes to us straight out of Lowell, of course, and it was posted on Snapchat the other day and was noticed by some cops. Do you have Snapchat, Bristol?
But I never use it.
Yeah, I have no interest in Snapchat whatsoever. Like, I don't get the point of it. It seems like the point of it is to hide shit from your parents. Is that right?
The only reason that I have it, and I just recently got it and I have yet to use it, is because one of my employees at work had showed me that you can make yourself into a hot dog. And I was like, I need to do that. But lo and behold, it was like a limited time thing. So I've actually never used Snapchat, but for the past maybe week, it's been on my phone.
So you're in it for the hot dogs?
I don't.
Okay, gotcha.
Well,
okay.
It did, and then they took it away. I got baited into it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think it is pretty much just to hide stuff from your parents, right?
Except it doesn't hide. Like, people can still record it, and then even though it's gone from Snapchat, the internet is forever, as they say. And so this child, who looks to be like 9 or 10 years old, posts an extremely disturbing video of himself. Let's watch. So you can see where they're coming from. It's right in there, in Lowell, by the Concord River. There he is. Just ripping blunts. Where'd he go? Like, that shit right there, I know a thing or two about blunts, okay? That's like not your first time. That means you're like, if you're to the point where you can hit the blunt, take it in, and then do the little smoke ring out, and then get it back in, you're like fucking expert on a cipher, dude. Like this guy, I couldn't even do that. Like in college, like I didn't know. Like some experts could, I couldn't do it. Right? This kid smokes a lot of blunts. He's 9. So let's keep going. There he goes, ripping the blunt. This kid's like a fucking chimney. Holy shit. He doesn't even pass the blunt. It's like literally a blunt just for him. You can hear people in the background. There's other people in the apartment. It's like a fucking party. He's not even passing it. Is that 5 hits in a row he took? He's fishbowling the place. Look at this. How's the smoke alarm not going off? Yeah, go check your kids. Make sure your kids aren't smoking blunts right now. This could be going on to you right now, your 9-year-old. Yeah, good Lord. I want to see the part where DCF comes. Yeah, so he just goes on and on. I mean, it's really disturbing. I think later on he posts a video of when the cops get there. Oh, here it is.
Yeah. Bro, you see these people trying to book me? Bro, you see this? Some niggas is funny, man. Niggas is really funny, man.
Yeah, so he's just like, yo, N-words is funny, yo. They're trying to take me. So obviously the question is when you see this, where is... Yeah, and he's throwing up gang signs too. He's fucking 9, man. As funny as and amusing as this is depressing, right?
I mean, you know, when that came through the inbox, honestly, I was like, I'm not going to touch this because, like, it just makes me so sad. That woman should be forcefully sterilized.
Exactly. And I'm going to find, as soon as we published this blog the other day, her name is Takara Smith. As soon as we published the blog the other day, she deactivated her Facebook. It appears to still be gone. So that's interesting. So that tells you right there that she has humility, right? Like that, the real ratchets, they don't do that. Like, so this woman, obviously, I figured she was the kind of chick that would not back down shit. She actually took her shit down, which means she read the blog, she's aware of it, and she's embarrassed. As she should be more than embarrassed, though. Don't you think she should be arrested?
Yeah, I mean, that is criminal child neglect. Yeah. That's just really, independently, the two things about that video that bothered me the most were he was located because the location was on the internet, and obviously he was smoking a blunt. Like, independently, those two things are awful. To have your kid doing it at the same time, like, she should do some time for that. She should go to jail.
Totally. And, like, look at these kids. Like, this is 2016. This is, like, a little over 2 years ago, this picture's taken. He looks like he's 5, 6 years old there, right? And
so sad.
Yeah, as it turns out, like she posted some pictures. There she is with her girls, so she got plenty of time to go out drinking. The token picture with the Hennessy. You gotta have a picture of yourself in a cheap fucking motel room with a bottle of Henny. You got to do it. It's like it's like a freaking rite of passage for these people. The kid is so grizzled, right? And here they are. She's posting pictures of an ultrasound. So it's like, oh, great. She's knocked up again. Joy. Well, as it turns out, that my son baby. So that's her. So now she's a fucking grandmother. She's 32 years old, so she's a little late for that. And, this is what a fucking grandmother looks like. Where the hell are these people from? They're from Lowell, right? This is what grandmothers look like in fucking Lowell. Good Lord. Right? So, anyway, I hope that this woman gets arrested. I just thought that was extremely disturbing. I'd love to call her up, but as you can see, she's gone. So, that's that. So, what I'd like to do now, do you guys have anything to add? Anybody want to call up and talk about this or anything? If not, no biggie. Baby Gangsta. I forgot about Baby Gangsta. Alright, so what we're going to do now is, before we do Ask Turtle Boy, I think it's time for freestyle. You guys agree?
I agree.
Okay. Let's get this party started. I got to find a good jam. Let's see. Alright. Oh, here we go. Out in Stone Baby Parker funky, even though this hoe swears she ain't a junkie. Leave that spot for the handicapped. Better wear a rubber if you don't like the clap. Her boyfriend looks like a dirty crustacean. See you in court for deformation. The Worcester schools are all about survival. Gotta watch out for the KKK revival. Ever wonder why Worcester is so ghetto? Look no further than Dante Comparetto. If you don't want your kids to be shitty, don't elect crackheads to the school committee. At Dunkin' Donuts, shit was mad scary till they got a visit from the Narcan fairy. Unemployed junkie goes viral on Twitter cause she found a skag passed out on the shitter. Not the first time, cause she ain't a rookie. Bitch posts on Facebook cause she wants a cookie. Grocery shopper can be really fright when you see Thunder Twat act price right. Angry like a colonist with a new tax. Go across the throat cause she don't like the blacks. If you go around acting a fool, make sure you don't work in a public school. Little ass kid, smoking mad reefer, looking at mom, you know that she's a creeper. I can tell her son Trench is mad dirty. Already a grandma by the age of 30. For parenting tips, I've got many. Read him a book and put down a Henny. Shit is mad funny, but it sure ain't cute. Hope DCF nabs a crotch fruit. How was it, Bristol?
That was fire. That was
fat.
Good,
it's back. Okay, it's back. The rap game's back. It's officially back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Tearing up the tracks. All right, so definitely gonna have to bring the freestyle back. I miss doing that so much. It's the only way to recap the week. It really is. So anyway, why don't we end this program, our award-winning program tonight, with a little Ask Turtle Boy. So anything you guys want to know or questions you have for either myself or Bristol. I'm loving all the fire emojis, too. It's like we're back on Facebook.
Yeah, no, you really they love.
Yeah. Go back and talk about the Holden police story. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to. Like, do you guys want to talk? I didn't think that story was. Let's stick with the last Turtle Boy. I like these more. The questions people ask at the end. Serious question. When I'm wearing my TB hoodie and someone calls me racist or accuses me of deformation, do I have your permission to use lethal force? No, you do not have permission to use lethal force. You have permission to use the biggest weapon at your disposal, words. Just destroy them with words. North Shore Turtle Base says, Clarence, I love you. Have my babies. Deal. David LeClaire says, did I win anything for round 1 of NCAA brackets? No, because whoever's leading after the second round of games gets free Turtle Bowl gear. Now, I've missed the games that are going on right now. I was actually doing pretty well. I usually suck at this thing. Bristol, do you do a bracket?
No, because I don't know anything about sports ball. It would be disingenuous.
You don't have to know anything about sports. My wife doesn't know anything about sports. She's got like a fucking perfect bracket. Like, it's unbelievable.
Well, I should take advice from your wife then, because I would have no idea what I'm doing.
She doesn't know what the hell she's doing either. Just fucking pick the one with the lower number. They usually win. And this year, all the lower number ones are winning this year. So all the favorites are winning. So, that's that. Any word from the Ethics Commission? Yes, I got a letter back from the Ethics Commission. The Ethics Commission said that they are investigating this. However, they will not report the findings of their investigation to me unless they take disciplinary action. So that's with that chick, ADA Margaret Hegarty. I will say that the Bar Council has contacted me, and they ain't doing shit. So the Bar Council is covering up for their crony, basically, with that. So it is what it is. Shaq says LSU will beat Duke. I like LSU a lot. I think they're gonna. Them against Michigan State's gonna be an awesome game. I think that. I mean, I guess Duke's probably gonna win. They're gonna be Vatek. I don't know. I think that's an interesting whatever. The team I really love, guys, is Houston. Check out Houston. They got a couple former UMass players on the team. I love them. I think Tennessee's going to go pretty far, although they sucked in their first game. We'll see what happens with that. But I'm high on Houston. I'm high on Auburn. Those are the teams I really like. I was high on Nevada, but they lost in the first round. Next question. Whatever happened with the Virginia governor and lieutenant governor? That's a great question, Paul. The answer is nothing. They're both still sitting in office, and everybody forgot about it because of Russian collusion, which never happened either. So there's that. What did Jussie Smollett still on the... Why? I don't know why that happened, Sally, with the live stream. I can always go and I correct it afterwards, but it is what it is. I have a question. How do you do the show in your garage or car? But I'm dying to know why you ride your seatbelt. Or why do I wear the seatbelt? Because we're going for a ride. It's a bumpy ride, right? You're riding with Turtle Boy. So you're riding the turtle. So obviously you got to strap up, right? You got to be safe. Can never be too safe. Got my hoodie this week.
Whoa, hold on.
Shoot.
Sorry, but TM, thank you for your offer. I don't think that we have any nice steakhouses in Bristol County. I'm married, and also you can't take me in public. I'm extremely offensive and ratchet, and I will put all the silverware and bread into my purse during a meal. But thank you anyway.
Somebody asked you that? You put all the silverware?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pass. Sorry.
Yeah. Somebody said, I hope you didn't take Kansas. No, I hate Kansas. I would never take Kansas this year. I took Auburn. Is Auburn winning right now? I think that's a good thing. I got Auburn beating North Carolina and going to the Elite Eight and playing Houston. I love that fucking matchup. So, no, I did not take Kansas. So, the fact that Auburn is whooping them, big fan of that. When is the Ratchet Countdown? That was probably your best live last year. I love it. I'm going to be doing that. I'm thinking Bristol, it has to be Friday night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I got to do it Friday night because I can't do it on Saturday, and I can't do it on Sunday. Saturday, I got the freaking Celtics game. Sunday, got season finale of Walking Dead. Fuck you if you don't like it. All right, so it is what it is. Oh, man, Villanova's getting their ass beat, too. That's interesting. That's very interesting. All right, what else are people saying? Is there a free hoodie for Jack and Jeremy Shockley? Or at least making a Shockley... I think you're messing up your guys. There's Kyle Shockley, and then there's Juice and Jeremy. They're different people, so I don't know which one you're talking about. Bring on Bristol as a permanent Saturday Live guest. I mean, I'd love to have Bristol on, but she's got shit to do sometimes too. So we would not be able to commit to that, right, Bristol?
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I would let everybody down on a semi-regular basis. Yeah, one, sorry.
Yeah. No one is beating Zion. I mean, you never know, man. It's a tournament. A lot of people could beat Zion. Duke didn't go undefeated this year. They did not go undefeated. Mueller report thoughts. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucking simple. Trump was right again. It was a witch hunt. They got nothing, which is why there's no indictments. I want my money back as a taxpayer. All this fucking money wasted on this stupid investigation. We all knew it was going to go nowhere. It went nowhere. So here we are. Jesus. Let's see. Whole show of comments in the wrap-up. Let's see. I was with the dog listening to the rap. Hope you guys like that rap. I really put a lot into that.
It was fire.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Let's see. Did General Charles Lee get set up by General George Washington? I don't know where you're going with that. Charles, Brett has a Facebook page. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Brett's fine. I still talk to Brett on the regular. Turtle Boy, did you see Kraft send out an apology today? Yeah, I did. I wish he didn't, to be perfectly honest with you. I wish he just went, yeah, I got a fucking hand job. Get over it. I don't think he's sorry. I think he's making that up. But, you know, he probably won't do it again, or if he does, he won't be so stupid. He won't go to the friggin' strip mall next to the friggin' Panera Bread to get his hand job. Like, you can afford better than that. That was the most offensive part about it. Thoughts on Andrew Yang, the Yang Gang? Well, he's against circumcision, which he wants to, like, ban it. That's not good. By the way, he's, like, shocking that a liberal, you know, doesn't want to cut something, huh? I mean, what else is new? So he doesn't want to, he wants to ban circumcision. He's an interesting person as far as Democrats go, but he's also a little wacky, and let's be honest, he's not a real candidate, right? Like, he's not in contention to get the nomination, so I think it's a little silly to even talk about him. Will TMZ buy the Kraft tape? I'm surprised they haven't bought it already. If it existed and they could actually get their hand on it, then yeah, I would say that. I'm guessing the tape doesn't even show much, or else why would they be offering him a plea? And why would, you know, Kraft be like, you know, I'm not taking the plea? Because he knows the tape doesn't show shit. That, you know, he's in there getting a freaking massage, you know, big deal.
Leave the man alone.
Yeah, exactly. Let the guy get his hand job. Stop it. Let's see. I thought that was a good history question. Figured he'd answer. What was the history question? What was the history question that Johnny asked? I missed. Was that the thing about General Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, did General Charles Lee get set up by George Washington? What do you mean by that? What do you mean did he get set up?
Set up for a steak dinner with TM?
Like, look at. So Fort Lee, which is in New Jersey, is on the other side of the George Washington Bridge in New York. It's called that because, you know, on the New York side was Fort Washington, and then the other side was Fort Lee. And when that's the Hudson River, that was essential for the British. The British were trying to cut the colonists off because all the fucking assholes were on that side of the Hudson River. And what I mean, all the other assholes, I mean Massachusetts. The biggest assholes in the world. They're on that side. And so, like, if we can just cut off normal America on the Hudson River with asshole America, then game over. So we just got to control the Hudson. And that was their goal to do that, and they could not do that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they took down Fort Lee. They had no problem taking down Manhattan. They took it back in like a day. But I'm not sure how we set them up. I'm not. Maybe you know something I don't know about American history. Yeah, there's that. What else are people saying? Kraft is 100% getting off. You got that right. He already got off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heyo.
Yeah. Ho. Let's see. Yeah, the tape shows the exchange of money for it, not necessarily the exact. He can just say it's like a tip. You know, just the tip, if you will. Yeah.
He was economical, okay? He spent, what, $79 an hour. Like, he was responsible with the solicitation of Asian hookers. Leave the guy alone. He's like 1 million years old.
Somebody says, can you do more history live podcasts? I could definitely try it. I could try to do some history podcasts for sure. If there's an interest for it. Maybe we'll try that one next week sometime. Any book signings? I'm trying to do a public speaking appearance. I'm going to be doing this, my first one. I'm going to be speaking at like a conservative club in Newton in April. So there's an opportunity. But I'm honestly surprised. Like I haven't, like, I'm willing to speak anywhere, anytime. Anybody, I'll do it for free. I don't give a shit. I just want to talk and tell my story. And I think it's an interesting story. And I know you guys are interested in it. But I'd tell it fucking anywhere. And then I would do the book signing there. So what else are people saying? I actually like the Stay in History blogs. You should keep doing them. All right, maybe I'll bring them back because everybody,
you should. I like them.
Everybody in here seems to love it. It's weird because it gets like no attention whatsoever, those blogs. But we need a YAF sponsorship for UT. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. I'm not sure I qualify for YAF. I think the Y stands for youth. I'm thinking I might be a little old for that, but. TBS Talking Dead coming up. No, we did Talking Dead. No one showed up. Big dud. TBS Talking Dead canceled. Nobody showed up. I remember the last time I did it, I went on there. There was like 20 people, and I'm like, did anyone watch the show tonight? No one came on. They were just there to hang out with me. They wanted to be friends. I'm like, I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead. I love you all, but the hell.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see. Will you come to my promotion ceremony at work? Depends. But probably not. Maybe, though. We'll see. Game of Thrones. You watch Game of Thrones, Bristol?
I love Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
People love that show. My brother loves it. Everybody who watches it loves it. I watched it once, right? And it was like, all of a sudden, a fucking dragon appeared. And it was like,
heck yes,
blowing fire. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out of here. This is enough for me. Like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for fucking dragons and, shit like that. I like...
Well, because zombies are much more plausible.
But it's not about the zombies. The show has nothing to do with zombies. It's about humanity. And, like, what would happen in a world in which fucking resources were limited and, the zombies are just an after effect on that show. They're just, like, a fucking problem that exists in the world. But the real problem is humans and shit like that. And I love... like The Wire. Like, nothing will ever be better than The Wire. I'm one of those snobs. Or, like, Breaking Bad. Like, I love those two shows so much. And, like, I watched Game of Thrones for, like, 5 minutes. Like, I gave it, like, 20 minutes. And it was just, like, fucking... As soon as the dragon came out, I'm like, that's it. I can't do dragons. I'm a grown-ass man. I can't do it. But people swear by it.
I love the show. Sorry.
Yeah, people love it. People absolutely love it. They love that show. And maybe if I sat down and everybody says, no, you got to watch it and you'll get it. And maybe I will. I don't have the time commitment for it. You know what I mean? I got too much other shit going on. Right? The Real Housewives of Worcester. That'd be a cool show to show. People are saying.
Oh, God.
Any new junkie calls? No, not to my knowledge. But I'm sure in this line of work, there will be more. There definitely will be more junkie calls, so we'll have more time for Unky Junkie. I think somebody made a Facebook page called Unky Junkie, right?
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
Everybody's hating on me in the comments. You're wrong, Unk. Yeah, so that's fine. I don't like it. I mean, maybe I would like it if I watched the whole thing. I've been on Boardwalk Empire. Boardwalk Empire is pretty good. Not as good as it could have been. It was a pretty good show. Really graphic, that show. That was a good show. You ever watch that show, Bristol?
No, I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV because I'm on the same kind of boat you are with the time commitment. Game of Thrones, like, I did watch, but they haven't come up with a new season for, like, at least I feel like 2 years now. But I don't, like, watch a lot of television because I don't have the time.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly. I mean, who's got the time, Sopranos is the best show ever. Sopranos is the most overrated show in the history of television. I was a Sopranos guy. I never missed a Sopranos episode. I was the guy that, we all got together and you weren't allowed to talk during the Sopranos. And the first 3 seasons of Sopranos are really good, right? Like, that's when, like, Christopher and Paulie are just going around collecting money from people and killing motherfuckers. Like, that was great. And then it started getting artsy. As soon, like, I've never met on that show. I mean, Tony's character is a douchebag. It's hard to like him, right? Which is a problem. And secondly, his family, I want to murder them all. Like the worst characters on this. Did you watch The Sopranos, Bristol?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Like, did you like it?
Not really, no.
How come?
It just never piqued my interest, the whole mobster thing. It's the same thing with, like, honestly, I'm one of those people, I don't think that Goodfellas was the best movie ever made. It bored me. I fell asleep. I could never rewatch it. Like, it's just not, I'm not interested
Goodfellas
in it.
was so much better than The Sopranos. Like, at least it was action-packed. There was so many episodes of The Sopranos where I go back, I'm like, I'm not going to get that hour of my life back, ever. There was a whole fucking episode where he was in a coma and he was having a dream. And you're like, okay, well, maybe you're rationalizing. You're like, okay, this is foreshadowing something. Nope, it turned out to be nothing. It turned out they never even. It was an hour of my life wasted. And then I got to watch a whole fucking episode about, oh, where's Meadow going to apply to college? Oh, AJ's finding himself again. AJ's struggling in school and rebelling. Oh no! Oh, and Carmela's going to fucking Paris with one of the other mafia whores. And they're going to see the sights. And Carmela might be in love with Furio. It's like, oh, Jesus, fuck. So stop it with The Sopranos is the most overrated show that's ever existed on television. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. People that got The Sopranos, oh, give me a break. The Sopranos cannot hold a candle to The Wire or fucking Breaking Bad. Period. Better Call Saul is an excellent show. It's a very good show. It's very underrated. A lot of people don't watch that show. Omar Cumming, exactly. Show. Did you watch The Wire, Bristol?
Yeah, I love The Wire.
Exactly. Like that. What did you like about that show?
I mean, it's hard to. I mean, the realism, I guess, behind it. I mean, not that it was necessarily realistic, but it's just like no matter what the scenario, it was always plausible the way they wrote it out, the way it was performed. You know what I mean?
It was so. And the characters are so good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like, just really, like, a good commentary on, I guess, the human condition in general.
Yeah. People are asking, anybody buy Jeremy's Jeep? Not to my knowledge. What else are people saying? Going to the parade tomorrow. Yes, I will be at the parade tomorrow. So maybe I'll see some people down there. We'll see. Let's see. Sopranos movie coming soon. Don't get me wrong. I will see The Sopranos. True Detective was awesome this season. I watched one season of True Detective, and I don't know, it was all right. I thought it was a little overrated. It's just kind of weird. And then I stopped watching it. I just couldn't do it anymore. Let's see. I'd name one of my parakeets Dexter. Yeah, Dexter was okay, but it wasn't in the run of the others. Yeah. Yeah. Sopranos was great to the last season. It was bad for several seasons, my man. It got really, really bad there. Like, nothing big happened in the last 4 or 5 seasons. Do you ever go fishing? No, I don't. Talk about time. Like, fishing is just a long fucking day. Like, you gotta have nothing to do, right? You go fishing, Bristol?
Yeah, I go fishing.
Do you really?
I haven't in a while because once you have kids, like, your life is over. Exactly. You don't have a lot of time for things.
You're so right about that. You're so right about that. Let's see. Keep the plastic wrap out of the cage. Into the police interviews. This guy analyzes many of them. Let's see. Homeland's good. Yeah, Homeland was pretty good. I never finished watching it, but I actually liked that show. What else are people saying? The Bada Bang. Yeah, exactly. Girls don't like mob stuff. We get it. Yeah, it's definitely a chick. It's definitely a dude show. Definitely geared towards dudes. You know, anything. You watch The Walking Dead. Hours you wait. No, Walking Dead is much better than Sopranos. Much better. Actually, I don't know about that. They're similar.
I don't know. Someone said Mystery Science Theater 3000. I have to. That is where it's at. I agree.
Never watched it.
That was a great show.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. I watched Dexter a few times. One of those shows, I didn't have time for it. Call Howie Carr. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. The Wire was great, especially season 2 with the shipping containers. Yeah, I mean, people thought season 2 was the worst of the 5 seasons, but I like that one too because it shows where they get the drugs from. You know, my kids are going to be in the parade, Unc. What are they marching in, Joel? Tell me. There's a new Kevin Bacon show coming about cops and robbers in Boston. Looks good. Yeah, I mean, I'll check it out. Eastbound and Down. Oh, what an underrated show, Eastbound and Down. It was Kenny Powers.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh, it was great.
Yes.
It got weird.
Oh, my God, yeah.
The season where they were went to Mexico was a little weird. But I've never seen that was Will Ferrell's funniest role of all time.
I probably gonna watch that when this finishes. Now that someone brought that up, you know, did you ever watch The League?
I did. I didn't like that. Too. I did not like The League.
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
You liked it? Okay, yeah. Let's see. Anything else here? 6 is a good show. House of Cards. I didn't like House of Cards because, it's another one of those shows where if you don't like the protagonist, it sucks. Like, Kevin Spacey's great actor, and he's weird, obviously, in real life. But it was impossible. Did you watch Game of Thrones, Bristol? I mean, not Game of Thrones, House of Cards?
No, I again, bored me.
Yeah.
Don't have time for it.
I mean, he was just so evil. And what I really hated about that show is everything was like a whisper. Like, we're talking like this. It's top secret. And then the fucking congressman who turns out to be the vice president literally murders a reporter. He takes a reporter and throws her in front of a train. And we're supposed to believe this is real. Stop it. And then his cunty wife, who is Jenny from Forrest Gump, is just awful. Absolutely awful. Yeah. So that show I could not get into.
Yeah, not my thing.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I feel it, man. We're really getting off topic.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we...
television shows.
Yeah, so we started talking about all this shit. So anyway, why don't we call it a night there? Because it's like freaking 11 o'clock, and I want to go watch my programs, my games here. Anything else to add, Bristol?
No, I don't think so. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Anyway, Turtle Riders, we will see you guys again on Tuesday, and then Thursday, and then I'm thinking I'll make an announcement about Ratchet Madness, but coming soon, baby. Coming soon. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders.
Night, guys.